I truly believe I represent the average player with my capabilities because I play on a phone. I'm forced to attack outside of just spans of work and in general life. And the fact that I'm even rarely making videos just proves that. So it's been a busy week. I haven't really had time to commit myself to videos really too much, but at least I have a slot right now. Just I'm not going to get into too many details about what's been happening this past week, but finally, I should have some time again now. Just had some commitments in real life to worry about. And I just want to show you guys what really happens when you're forced to attack at really odd times of the day. So, yeah, we're going in with this army that I've been showcasing over the past few days. And yeah, we're setting up for a nice fireball on the Rage Tower, except you can just see that I just placed my invisibility so bad and the fireball comes. It is just hilarious. Okay, it is just. What do you even do? Like, I miss my fireball. There's no funnel. Like, my warden is walking into imminent danger. There's no way he's gonna survive this. I just don't have the spells for it, right? So, yeah, we go into recovery slash panic mode. I try to overgrow that compartment to create the funnel artificially, and I'm just going to put it in 4x, and you guys can see what happens by the end of this. Not much for me to comment. Hopefully, the minion prince would have grabbed the town hall, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. And of course, our furnaces do not path towards the town hall. By the time they do, it's way too late. They're getting completely smoked out there. And, well, at least we got a natural 4-star attack over here. Yay, we like it. Okay, cool. So just wanted to throw that out there. This is just a reminder for you guys. Like, try to get your legends attacks when it's most convenient for you. Don't try to rush your attacks unless you're absolutely forced to, but try to find that convenient spot and you'll be okay. So yeah, past few days have been more or less like this where I'm making a lot of silly mistakes. And I just want to show you guys one more fail I had today. Otherwise, it's been all triples. And yeah, past few days I've been trying to experiment with a bunch of stuff. Maybe I'll make some videos on it. It's a new army, but we'll focus on that later for now. So as of now, I'll just take you guys through the other fail, and you'll understand why it happens pretty quickly. It's just because I wanted that quick fireball once again. And you can see this is a wonderful base where there's not much fireball value you can get with, so as to say, a quick fireball. So obviously I was trying to go for one of these rage towers, but they're so deep into the base, and with 4 invis spells, it just doesn't cut it. So I should have probably gotten a fireball out over here, not on any rage tower, just because the base is so spread out that even if the rage tower popped, I could have probably handled the damage. Anyway, that's something I wouldn't be able to understand now. Anyways, so yeah, we take whatever value we could, and we just have to get started with it. So throwers all the way out there. They're staying super safe. As usual, our little Sui dive is coming in for the second rage tower. Once again, not much for me to really talk about. So yeah, I think the king and the titan really helped kill the minion prince. Otherwise, my king alone wouldn't have been able to handle that. Sadly, the earthquake boats, basically the spike ball just went out there somewhere. I have no clue. And even though it looks kind of shaky, you'll notice like my throwers managed to stay alive so well just because they share the same range as the warden, and everything is reachable from the outside of the base anyway. Of course, like if you ignore this overgrowthed part of the base out, but we managed to quickly clear out the entire flank, and I just tried to use my minion prince to handle the overgrowthed core, but once again, it's not a quick fireball. It's not as much value as we needed, given the amount of time I spent, and you can see this just came down to pretty much a time fail. So yeah, just learn from my mistakes. So first thing is find a convenient time to attack. I know many of us are average, above average players. Not all of us are semi-pro. I try to represent you guys by playing on a phone and attacking when it is slightly inconvenient for me. So just that's one thing, and the other thing is try to always aim for a fast fireball. And I assure you, you can just keep tripling bases. So let's just walk through them one by one, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. You guys are going to get to see what happens once again when you attack at just terrible times of the day. So pardon me for showing you guys like pre-recorded attacks, but this is all I have for now. because I still have to kind of rush to work, and I've just found a little bit of a free spot. So yeah, once again, double rage kind of base. We want to fireball a rage tower. It's just pretty convenient. So I guess over here it's just a matter of, yes, I dropped my minion prince first. That's what I was gonna get at. But yeah, the point I was trying to make is if you want to just learn how to plan for these bases with this attack, I don't know if some of you are new viewers or not, but you just have to target a rage tower first things first. After that, you need to try to understand where can your throwers go from there. My throwers will not be able to handle this compartment at all. So I have to start my warden at either 3 or 9. After that, it's just taking them down south and you're pretty good. And yeah, as you can see over here, I drop my minion prince instead of my warden because, well, I'm attacking at weird times of the day. And I obviously cannot see which button I'm pressing for the life of me. So I guess we're stuck over here. Anyways, I get this fireball down using the minion prince as some sort of anchor to push me closer to the rage tower, and he is about to go down. So I guess it's a pre-swagged minion prince, for the lack of a better term. Yeah, there we go. That's about it. So the minion prince is down. We get a quick fireball one way or the other, and we just start the rest of our attack pretty much immediately. No need to wait at all. I'm just trying to make sure that these storages go down so that my warden and throwers can stick onto the outside over here. Yeah, now I think, yeah, you can even see I even mass dropped all of my wall breakers over here. Like literally all 3 of them. So we just had 1 wall breaker for my king and queen up over here. They sustain just fine. You have an apprentice warden, 2 ice golems, the giant. I'm the titan. I'm sure I'm missing other tanky troops. Oh yeah, the P.E.K.K.A.s from the siege barracks. There's just a lot of tanking. So especially with the 3 healers backing you up, it's just way too much of tanking. Your king will be able to reach the second rage tower if you time things correctly. And yeah, overgrowth on the town hall. You have to do this just because the poison kind of lingers on the ground, and even the slightest bit of spread can start killing your warden. And you don't want that because your damage output is just going to completely reduce if not for that. So you can see even now he's not getting healed, but the poison is kind of like lowering his health. So you have to ensure that you're in a position that your throwers can take down the town hall in pretty much one shot. Like the next target is the town hall, which is why we use the overgrowth. And yeah, despite of swagging the minion prince, we managed to grab a triple. So I'm pretty happy with that. It was pretty scuffed, but we get the triple one way or the other. Few tips I just wanted to bring out the D&D attack. Hope that made sense. Let's just keep moving on. I think this is also a relatively popular base. The hook tower is all the way at the top, but it's surrounded by the monolith and like a few enemy healers. So I guess it kind of makes sense. It's just weird that it's not in the perfect course. Like you can just drop your king and get him hooked on. But whatever, it's fine. We have a different attack. And as usual, just go for one of the rage towers. Nothing too complicated on these base styles. Sadly, in higher legends, I don't even know if I'm in higher legends anymore. But at least a week ago when I last posted my video, it was higher legends. So for now, I guess like mid to higher legends. It's just rage towers out there. You rarely get any poison bases. So a quick fireball. I went for the left side just because of this Giga Bomb. So now none of my heroes, nobody is going to have to deal with that Giga Bomb ever. So that's pretty convenient. Same logic, just throwers have to go off to the left because I don't want them to deal with the secondary rage tower over here. That's where my king and queen come in, especially with all of these bulky, tanky troops. So yeah, not much else over there. Let's just allow people to kind of walk through the base. Remember that throwers can only throw up to 5 tiles over a wall. So I think that's like 6 tiles of range that they have. So you might need to wall break them in every now and then to ensure that you are able to get every single building that you're looking for. Otherwise, you're just gonna kind of like walk past and your warden healers are just gonna end up taking damage as you keep walking past the compartment. Just something to keep in mind. So yeah, we waited for the overgrowth to wear off. I placed a skeleton spell well in advance up there near the hook tower so that the hook itself kind of remains distracted for a bit. As usual, king and queen perfectly reach the rage tower just because there's so much of tanking. And you learn the order in which you have to kind of place your troops down, such that your king can reach the rage tower without losing his ability. Like, you just have to ensure all of your tanks come up in front first, and your king is pretty much the last one to arrive in the area. And there we have it. That's a pretty straightforward, I would say pretty solid finish as well. We have a few spells left over. I don't really need them. And that's another 3-star for us. So it can be a very, very nice attack. But once again, just don't do what I've done, where I've attacked at the most random times of the day. I mean, I'm forced to. But you guys can know now what can happen if things go wrong. So just take that with a bit of caution. It is a very fun army though. So yeah, maybe I'll do like 2 more attacks. I probably have only like a little bit longer that I can stay at home before I head off to office. Okay, I found a poison base for you guys, and this one is pretty interesting. I remember what happened during this attack, and you guys will see it in a bit as well. But focus for the first minute is like, just find out where you can place a quick fireball that provides a sufficient enough funnel. And on poison towers, you can be a little flexible. On rage towers, it is usually a rage tower itself. Sometimes you cannot target the rage tower, so just target whatever makes most sense. And that's something that we've learned in this video as well. Otherwise, you're just going to end up time failing. Anyways, a nice fireball there on the Rikushi cannon. It carves out this nice funnel to go through the fire splitter all the way through the core. And yeah, throwers start on the north. The only reason is because I see this multi inferno and I'm just thinking like, man, that's going to take a long time to reach. There's so much of trash out over here. If my warden just splits from my throwers, then there's a good chance that he's just going to completely die for literally due to just a multi inferno. And that feeling just sucks. So you don't want that. And I'm sure you can see it, but I'm losing my healers on my warden due to some red air bombs, and I'm not noticing it. So you'll see pretty soon, I'm going to lose my healers, and they're walking right into it. I still haven't noticed it. I should have just placed 1 balloon, but all our healers are gone. Luckily, the king and queen are going super duper strong. We just have so many tanks to help us out. So it's not really a concern. They've pushed all the way to the core, and popping that king ability straight in the core is just literally perfect. Can't ask for anything better. So yeah, king and a giant with the help of the furnaces, they managed to take out the town hall. And despite of losing your healers this early, right? Like, I just started my throwers and they literally only cleared 1 compartment and already completely died out. So that just goes to show the king and queen are also very capable of completing the base. If it wasn't for time, I wouldn't have needed the minion prince. You can very well see I still have a rage, I still have an overgrowth. I can try to protect my queen, but again, just for the interest of time, minion prince had to come down. It is what it is, but it just goes to show the power of this attack is really, really cool if you get a fast fireball and the fireball actually lands where it has to. I'm just remembering the first attack I showed in this video. Anyways, yeah. All you have to do is just kind of focus for the first 30 seconds to 1 minute of the attack. After that, it is smooth sailing from there. Pretty much nothing can go wrong. Maybe just give the wall breaks to your throwers if needed. Again, just remember that they have that 6 tile range, so always count the tiles from the walls that the defenses are waiting at. If it's like 3 tiles or more, then they're not going to reach it, so just keep that in mind. Alright, pretty straightforward base once again. It's double reach, but it's kind of unsymmetrical. And you can also see the fireball bait just waiting for us. That sweeper behind the workshop. But I'm not going to be going for this rage tower with the bomb. I'm going to be going for the rage tower with the crusher mortar instead. I truly feel like the crusher mortar is a significantly bigger threat, especially under a rage tower, because that one thing can break either your sweep part of it or your throwers part of it. I don't know how it deals so much of damage, and under a rage tower it's just even more difficult to deal with. So I'd rather not have to deal with that with either of my 2 parts of the attack. So I decided I'm just gonna fireball out this rage tower up top near the clan castle. It just makes the most sense. My tanks can handle this Giga Bomb. It's just like, okay, if something steps on it, it will take some damage. But the crusher mortar is so deadly. You just so much of damage so quickly. Here I noticed that at mine farm, so I deployed a balloon well in time. Luckily, just managed to catch that. And yeah, thrower is gonna start all the way up top. Notice how these defenses, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 5 tiles into the base over here for all of these defenses. That is the reason why I provided this wall break. And you'll see my throwers need to walk into the wall in order to get those down. Otherwise, there's no way for them to be able to reach it. Yeah, you can see they're literally standing on the wall right now. That is their range. So just keep that in mind while you're planning your attacks. Just one thing to watch out for. Sadly, I couldn't route my king into this expo compartment. He found himself all the way near the clan castle. And it is what it is. You'll see what I mean by that when I pop his ability now. Yeah, I was hoping the spiky ball would come back to this rage tower area. But not so lucky, I guess, this time. Anyways, the overgrowth just kind of helps us rotate around the base. So now the throwers should kind of try to stick around such that there's not too many targets left except the town hall. Luckily for us, our king and queen have survived decently enough that they can reach this entire area. So no worries at all. Yeah, this is what I was saying, the Giga Bomb, right? It's not much of a threat. So again, like Minion Prince is practically just here for cleanup. If it wasn't for time, my Warden Walk and throwers could have finished this base. They're going pretty well. So you can see, this is what I mean, right? Like the Warden can separate from the throwers and the healers will target the throwers. So you can see how low on health he is right now. This is just proof of what I was trying to explain earlier, where if you see a multi-inferno, I usually also try to avoid it if I can. If not, then maybe I'll try to funnel my throwers closer to it quickly. But that's about it. Like, this is a pretty simple attack once you learn the nuances of it. It's very, very strong. It's very, very satisfying. And it collapses incredibly fast if you manage to get a fast fireball. You can see in my previous videos, I have not needed the Minion Prince many times along with a lot of spells. And even now I'm showing you guys, like, despite of things going wrong more often than not, I'm able to recover, hilariously recover. And the other times I get a 4-star attack. So it is what it is. I don't take the game too seriously. I'm just trying to have fun out here, making something that is fresh for you guys, whoever does find this video at least. So yeah, that's about it. I gotta get ready for office. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.